Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, yeah, I just worked on my budget on all non-deductible items. Oh, just trying to keep a budget and see how things are going and which way they're going. So I'm still in a disarray, but it's okay. I am gonna finish in here soon so I can go do the garage. This has been going on for a while, but I just keep running into medical, information I have to get done, and so I'm trying to just keep up. I'm a mess. It's okay, but I feel really good. Probably could have used a cup of coffee, but I wanted to talk to y'all about something. So I had a very interesting interlude with a psychiatrist. Um, uh, a friend of mine, we went to Costco. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, the day before yesterday, on Tuesday, and so we ended up coming out. This is a delicate conversation. This is a situation of the third kind. Like I said, you got to read between the lines. Okay, so um, we end up coming out, and there was okay. So when you go to Costco, you have to check out, you have to show your receipt so they can go through, make sure you haven't stolen anything. It's like, really? Okay. And so there was a person of the third kind on the other side. My dad's nickname was T Man. Yeah, it was. Okay. Anyway, so I always go to the other side, the two kind, you know, the one or two kind, not the third. And it's just, okay. I'm from New Orleans. And so when I was a child, we'd walk up and down, my mother and I, Canal Street, go shopping all the time. And yeah, and sometimes to me as a child, I just thought everything you could possibly see that wasn't right was a circus, literally. I thought that. Anyway, and oh, but now sometimes there's moments that need attention, Yeah, I'm not giving it. Okay, so I went to the other side always, and we check out, and then all of a sudden, this elderly man, come to find out he was a psychiatrist, so he said, okay, 80 years old. Ooh, it's warm in here. Okay, so he ends up running up to us and asked us if the person that just checked him out was a person of the first and second kind. Um, I said, no, 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 no. It's of the third. And I, he goes, oh, you know, I'm horrified, he said. Okay. Now he's a psychiatrist. Don't forget this. Okay. I said, yeah, it's a very sad situation. And, I guess you could pray for these people. But anyway, so he goes on, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so he starts talking, and then I can't remember exactly what I asked him, but it ended up political. Well, come to find out, um, he was definitely a Democrat. Um, so that was a little different. um, I think politics really contains you into one particular group, if you will. And so, like, I'm a Republican, and there's certain things as a really ultra conservative that I do not approve of, and I feel sorry for, and um, I would never approve of. um, so, especially when it involves children. Okay, so going back to the conversation, so we start exchanging ideas and everything, and I didn't know he was a Democrat toward the end, but finally, when I did, he says, "Oh, I think that all these MAGA people that they just don't watch the news." Like, well, I watch all the different news venues. I guess the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, because there is a distinct difference between two parties, right? And so what happens is the information is lacking, okay? But when we need information from the wrong side, we always we get it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he had a lot of naivety to what is the truth about who we are and the party we like and the person that we want to vote for. Well, come to find out, I don't know if he should have said this or not, but he said that he lived in California and he's now obviously living in Montana. And he said that he just recently, I don't know, I think it was for this last election, but he was put on a psychological evaluation of Donald J. Trump. Um, and it was used for strategy for people voting, to defend theirs and be against him, of course. And he says, yes, and we came up with the fact that he's a narcissist. And so I can't quite remember what he said in conclusion, but it was some way that they were going to manipulate and use that factor to deter people, you know. Okay. So I said, he did a lot of good things. I mean, well, like what? He was oblivious about what he did. Said he just about did everything right. Well, number one, as we all know, he never took any any money while he was in office. Okay, now they're trying to steal all his money. Okay, anyway, so they um uh okay, and so he met with every group, every racial group, all the different industries in our country, all the different businesses. I mean, everything, everybody was prospering. And now it's like, and we're like, you can't even see it anymore, hardly, right? It's devastating. It's enough to really make you upset and angry. But I just was like, wow, if this is true that this guy was part of the group. So he even bragged about how he was hired from way up high, that invisible cloud, where no one can see the who, and the one that's hooing about and directing the who's who. Yeah, that was really interesting. I'm going, wow. But yet by his first reaction when he's coming out of the store, um, was not it wasn't connected to that party at all. I mean, the left, the Democrats, they support everything, you know, whether it's good or bad, evil, or not. Okay. Well, wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. I don't think I said that right. Um, everything that's not right. And the demise of the people in this country. Yeah. So it just didn't make any sense. So I'm wondering myself, you should really think about what you believe, what you stand for. You never know. You never know. That was from the 70s. Yeah, it was just very interesting conversation. And again, we talked pretty deep, about everything. And because it's another factor that we're thought of as being totally ignorant, totally naive, probably stupid, oh, and deplorable, and a cult lead, a follower. No, let me say something. Anybody with common sense, anybody with deep faith, there's only one God. Okay, okay. You do not idolize the man, but you really care for appreciate and will vote for the person who is the American patriot. Yes, we will. And it does anger you because, for them to think that you're that ignorant, it's like, really? Well, sorry, but you've got a deficit. Uh-huh. Yeah. I always look for the lovely in everything, and it's not always there. There's a lot of ugly, you know. But just no, no, we're not who you think we are. And then they try to classify us as criminals or let's see, cult, whatever. Actually, terrorists probably, and there's some other terms I'm sure they can come up with that I can't recall. Um, no, that's not who we are. We are actually basically nonviolent, but according to belief system, I would defend myself. Absolutely defend myself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what that whole day tells me is that the other side, now that's, remember this is reversed because it's video, right? Probably looks right, but it's not. Um, they are, it's very dangerous. To me, they're dangerous. Not me. I'm not dangerous. But it's just like you can't do what you're doing and keep doing and think that that's going to work well, you know. Did anybody see there's a new movie called A24? It's about Civil War. Whoa, that looks rough. I'd like to see it, but who produced it? I need to dig in and see who produced it and all that. I'm just really curious to see. Um, uh, I'm sure it would be kind of depressing, but the reality is it's not good. The reality is not good in this country at all. And I commend the truckers too. I really do. Anybody who could push back because the ironic thing though, it's not good for them or us. It's not. Or it's not good for them or us. That left, that right thing. Yeah. I it's just you can't comprehend it. You can't. You can't understand it. It's very chaotic. Who's the author of that? It's not God. Yeah. So, some great food for thought. Very interesting. You never know who you're gonna meet. But it made you aware of a little more depth, which you know this, but when you hear it from the person that claims that it was direct from him, you know, it's very interesting. Well, tell me what you think. So, do you want to leave a comment? Ring the bell, subscribe. I should put music to this, right? Really dramatic music. I don't know. I haven't gotten into editing. That's probably a whole nother ball game for this old lady who's extremely busy. Paper here, paper there. I keep up with everything else, but okay. Well, have a lovely evening. Seek those things that are lovely, noble, honorable, pure, lovely. I think I'm leaving something out. I know it. It's a scripture. I need to memorize it, which I have trouble doing that. I think when I had rheumatic fever, it affected that part of my memory. Words, written things, I cannot quote verbatim. Oh, well, it's okay. They might blame me for that too. Watch it. Talk to y'all later. And God bless. God bless so much. All right. See y'all later.